Bush firefighters call them burnovers, when fire engulfs a truck with the firefighters sheltering inside. But safety is never guaranteed, and over the years there have been many casualties. Now the CSIRO is developing a system to save firefighters trapped in their vehicles during bushfires.
It's not the real thing, but as close as the CSIRO scientists could make it, a simulated bushfire with propane gas. A line of sacrificial vehicles had been put to the test and not come out too well. Windscreens had shattered, the cabins had become furnaces, temperatures rising to as much as 800 degrees Celsius. No one could have survived.
It's not so much a blast of intense heat, it's the rising heat which stresses the body.
Fire authorities in Victoria have been trying to prevent a repeat of anything like this. The deaths of 5 firefighters trapped in their vehicle at Linton in 1998. In New South Wales in the previous year, the driver of this vehicle died and several colleagues were critically injured by fire and smoke. Scientists have been improving pull-down cabin heat shields. They've also developed a ring main sprinkler system that keeps the cabin temperature down and holds glass areas intact. While the mock bushfire raged, the scientists watched and took note.
This curve here where we got 70 degrees is right on the limit of what you'd want to endure.
But firefighters could have survived the bushfire as it passed. The windscreens were saved thanks to the sprinklers. Even the tyres held up, meaning no toxic fumes from burning rubber and escape.
We're confident we know how to make improvements now.
Such as coming up with better seals and non-toxic materials.
We'll be working a lot with the manufacturers of the trucks to make sure that we get the best possible vehicles for our protection and safety of the crews.
Ultimately, all states should benefit, international firefighters as well. Jeff Sims, ABC News.
Australia's bush firefighters are about to get new life-saving protection. It's an improved sprinkler system developed for their fire trucks.
Driving into danger, a fire crew enters a terrifying tunnel of flames during last week's Sydney bushfires. They survived, others have not. Trapped inside a truck in the summer of '98, 5 Victorian volunteers died in what's called a burnover. Fire also engulfed a truck southwest of Sydney that year, killing one. His mates seriously burned. It's a danger firefighters constantly face, but redesigning fire trucks could be the answer. A CSIRO demonstration today showed just what happens when a vehicle's engulfed in flame. The fire approaches and takes hold. It could be up to 20 minutes before it passes. The outside temperature reaches 800 to 900 degrees. It's frightening to think of a crew sitting inside. But what this sprinkler system has managed to do is save lives, keeping the temperature inside to a level that's just survivable.
This curve here where we got 70 degrees is right on the limit of what you'd want to endure.
And for the first time, these radiation curtains have been used to act as heat shields, which fire crews could put down as the flames approach. Scientists say, combined with the sprinkler, they could mean the difference between life and death. The system will be fitted on all trucks starting next month. Jacinta Hocking, 7 News.
Those who've lived through it say it's as close as you'd ever want to come to hell on earth, trapped in a fire truck in the middle of a raging bushfire. But soon our volunteers will have extra protection from a special sprinkler system developed by the New South Wales and Victorian brigades and the CSIRO.
Nobody had to survive today's blaze inside instruments measuring heat and poisonous gases. But it's hoped the sprinkler system and radiation shields could save lives if firefighters have nowhere else to turn. That's what happened to Mike Young and his crew 4 years ago on the Southern Highlands.
I hoped it wouldn't take too long. I was thinking it was going to be a horrible way to die.
David Quinlivan died in the blaze. Rural fire chiefs are determined not to lose others the same way.
This is only the first phase, but it's a considerable advancement on what we've had thus far.
CSIRO scientists say toxic gases from burning rubber, glue and plastics need to be reduced by using safer materials. Then there's the heat. Today's fire was 900 degrees Celsius, the cabin temperature just 70. That still needs to be reduced.
It's not so much a blast of intense heat. It's a rising heat which stresses the body, and once your body temperature rises by more than a degree or two, you start to lose function.
The system's still being perfected. It will come too late for this season, which it's warned will be the most dangerous in decades. Layla McKinnon, National 9 News.
A remarkable new sprinkler system could soon be saving our fireys. It helps fire trucks withstand raging infernos.
Until now, this would have been a death sentence for a fire crew trapped inside their firefighting appliance. Flames all around, engine dead and nowhere to go. Thankfully, today it was all make-believe, albeit a realistic recreation of what happens when a fire truck and crew are overrun by a bushfire.
Then we turn the underbody on, which simulates a light fuel load on a forest track.
The CSIRO, as well as various state firefighting organisations, gathered today to put the latest in truck-mounted sprinkler safety systems through its paces. On the inside, sensitive monitors record temperature levels and take other readings, while on the outside, nozzles direct a fine water spray over all glass surfaces and tyres. The track crew inside the cabin can also drop extra shields to protect them from radiated heat. It's been 4 years since 5 Country Fire Authority volunteers died when their tanker was overrun by a bushfire near Linton in Victoria. Today's demonstration an indication firefighting authorities are giving a much higher priority to the safety of their men and women on the fire front line. The Rural Fire Service and the Victorian CFA expect to start rolling out their tankers with the new safety systems on board early in the new year. Tim Collins, 10 News.
Time now for a weather check.